welcome to Gab and Jam.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
As you guys can see, we're in our Christmas studio here. Today we're in episode 155. We are doing a first time ever Musical Discovery 3 Christmas edition.
Okay, so what does that mean?
That means
Please explain that to me.
We love music and thanks to you, we have it piped in throughout the entire house. We have a huge Christmas playlist.
Yes.
And so what we wanted to do is kind of shine light. The reason why we haven't done one, in my opinion, sooner is because there's so many songs.
Yeah.
And so many albums that either we enjoy or that are unusual that we wanted to share. So this is not a be-all, end-all. This is not a comprehensive list or anything. It's just highlighting a few of our favorites and or just turning folks on to it.
All right, so what we're starting?
We're going to start with the unusual Christmas choices.
Okay.
And there will probably throw together a playlist that goes with this, but one of our first ever back in the 90s, or it might have been the 80s. I think it was the 80s.
Probably
our
was.
first CDs. One of our first was Southwest Christmas.
Yeah, Southwest Christmas, I think like Acoustic Christmas came with that.
Okay.
But I think it was like a set.
Okay.
Right, so I don't know, it's like an off-brand type of thing. I think it might have been at some store.
Like Target or something.
Yeah, some store where we bought like a Christmas tree and then it had like these Christmas CDs
Right.
kind of all together, right? But a fun fact is that on that Acoustic Christmas, there is an arrangement of Deck the Halls that, I really kind of pinched at a bit when we did Bass Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
And then the Deck the Halls version that I did with the bass was kind of nipped from that.
Okay.
It's like that arrangement
Pilfered,
it was kind of it was inspired by that.
I love it.
It was inspired by that. So actually
I
with
said it first. Sorry.
those CDs, I guess, kind of what inspired.
And that kind of started our entire Christmas playlist collection. We kind of started there, and we kept just adding and adding. Oh my goodness! How many songs are on the list now?
On what list?
On our Christmas playlist.
Oh, it's too many to count.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be well over 1,200.
Okay, so well over 1,200 songs. Okay, so another unusual Christmas choice. Maybe it's not unusual.
Yeah. I don't think so.
It's not unusual.
I think we probably should put that one. We would say that for classic.
Okay, so I shouldn't say that one.
I wouldn't say that.
All right,
one.
I'm not saying that one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Another unusual Christmas choice is one that now our kids know as a Christmas song and goes on our daughter's Christmas list.
I mean, it's actually a Christmas song. So let's not make it seem like it's not one. I would say that.
It's just an unusual.
Right.
It's original and it's just odd.
Yeah. Because there was this one album I was listening to during Christmas time by Hot
Club of Detroit.
Hot Club of Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
And they had this song called Gabriel. We'll get it and we'll put it in.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
But that whole album feels Christmassy.
Oh, wow. Me. It does. It really does.
It's not necessarily a Christmas record, but it just gives me that Christmas feeling. You know what I mean? So
now the one that we're talking about is Sufjan Stevens, and his is The Worst Christmas Ever. That's the song.
That's the song. But he has a whole Christmas album.
Okay.
I think it's probably enough to be a double album. I mean,
oh wow.
Sufjan never does things. Yeah, he never does things small. So I mean, just don't think that that Sufjan does never has a problem producing material.
Right.
He's never ran into any type of writer's block. I can let you know that much because he is definitely, when you start talking about being prolific, you gotta say that with him. But that record has originals on it. It also has covers.
Okay.
You know, he does like traditional Christmas
it's
stuff.
so funny because I don't even know. I probably have heard them in the mix, but the only one that stands out to me is always the worst Christmas ever, and that's the one that when my daughter was playing her playlist in the car, and I'm like, you know, and she's got all her, you know, the new hip stuff, and then the worst Christmas ever comes on. I'm like,
and I think the reason why it stands out is that was a song with iTunes at one time, you know, before you got the whole streaming thing with Apple Music. The iTunes store used to every month or every week, I think it was, they would give you a free song.
Yes.
And so one of those weeks, the worst Christmas ever was one of those free songs.
Aww.
And so that's how that song ended up in our playlist, because it went from being a free song to going to the Christmas playlist.
Aww,
and so that's how we end up hearing it. So.
It's so sweet. You have to hear that one. Okay, and then another unusual choice, even though it seems like they picked it up again this year, I heard on a couple commercials, is the Sia Christmas album. It's just because it's kind of quirky and you know, and it's original. So you know, stuff like "Don't Get a Puppy for Your." Give a puppy as a Christmas gift because they're real. You know, they have to be taken care of. So it has to be a serious, you know, choice to be made, and not just something you give thinking that they may like it, they may not. You know, so
I think along with that pack that we were just talking about was like that R&B Christmas.
Oh.
So that was it. Was I don't know if it's like Time Life or something like that that had like this R&B Christmas. I remember when I originally got it, it was because it had This Christmas on it.
Okay.
Donny Hathaway's This Christmas was on it. But you know, it's got a whole bunch of like, you know, Otis Redding is on it. It's got all the rest.
It's got the Merry Christmas, baby.
Yeah, that's Otis Redding. Okay. So so it's got that on it. Okay. So it's got all of those songs are part of that pack too. So that was kind of what that group of CDs.
Oh wow! And we didn't. That was our first. That's when we first were collecting CDs. And I think we had what, the 6-disc or something.
Yeah, 5 discs.
5 discs. Yeah. Then there was the 100-disc or something. Did we ever have that?
I don't think we ever got that one.
Okay, but then after a while,
you just start having to figure out ways to get to stuff on these different CDs. You know, by making CDs and just so then we're just gonna go down the road of a few of the classic ones, the ones that you can't even imagine Christmas without it. And so for you, the top one, of course, is Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole.
That's just it.
Yeah,
it's not Christmas without me hearing Nat King Cole. No. So that's just it.
Reminds you of your dad, right? Because he used to sing it at Christmas
and it just reminds me of just childhood. I mean, that's you know, and that's what you're probably gonna gravitate to are things that you heard, you know, for Christmas when you were a child. And so that's what it pulls me back to. So.
Oh, and that's fun. For me, I really like, even though I'm probably not a Clay Aiken normal fan, but Christmas, I just love the way he does the Christmas songs, his rendition of Christmas songs really does something for me. So I enjoy hearing that. Of course, another one for me is Tony Webb's Bass Christmas. We already talked about it, but it's one of those that when it comes on, I almost forget that it's us. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's just the fact that it's classic Christmas songs, but done with this flavor. I think I'm almost thinking like Marcus Miller, or because it's just the bass. Yeah. So that's the thing that I keep forgetting, because it doesn't have anything else. It's just the bass, and but it evokes that whole Christmas feeling. So yeah.
I mean it was that was a good inspired record. So I can say that much, definitely. And then Charlie Brown, Viscaraldi.
Oh yeah, that's the one I wasn't mentioning earlier.
Yeah,
that it has become now associated.
Oh, but that is because if you watch that Charlie Brown Christmas as a child growing up, this is basically the soundtrack to that cartoon. Yes. So so if you throw on that, you're gonna be like, okay.
You feel like this Christmas time all over.
If you're a person who grew up watching that, you know, on television. So I mean, if you're 50s, 60s, 70s, probably early 80s babies, you probably. That is going to take you right back to your childhood.
Yeah. So. All right, that's cool. And then another one for me that I just like the way his renditions of the songs are the David Archuletta just his Christmas album. And again, I'm not necessarily a fan of a lot of the other albums, but the Christmas one, I just love the way he delivers the Ave Maria and some of those others.
And Bella Fleck and the Fleck Tones.
Oh yeah, Bella Fleck. Yes.
Once we went to go see them in person, when they were doing the Christmas.
Yes.
So that whole Christmas CD, whatever.
I'm glad you
That's a good one to throw in there. Bella Fleck and the Fleck Tones. That's a good one. And Brian Bromberg, if you like bass players doing Christmas stuff. Brian Bromberg also has a Christmas CD, so that's another one to kind of check out.
Okay, and that's probably in our thing, and I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm moving on to unusual songs that are associated with Christmas, or even maybe they're not unusual, but maybe it's not unusual to associate them with Christmas, but I had never heard of some of these before.
Yeah.
And now they are part of kind of my Christmas.
Yeah.
Feeling like I'm in that mood.
Yeah.
And the first one is The River, and I know you had said that a while back, that even though even Joni Mitchell mentions Christmas, that you never had considered it a traditional Christmas song, but now it is like almost always on the...
Yeah, it's always part of... And I think it may have been, I probably got into Joni Mitchell a bit late, because I took a deep dive into Joni Mitchell somewhere probably mid-'80s.
Okay.
Is when I really kind of started going back and grabbing like Joni Mitchell albums, and I think I started with Ladies of the Canyon, and then from there I moved on to Court and Spark, and then The Blue, and I believe The River's on Blue.
Okay.
You guys check me if I'm wrong on that. And so it's like, I'd heard it in that context. And then I think it may have been like in the 90s that I started to hear it more associated as a Christmas song.
And now it's like in cement. It's like alongside of favorite things and some of those. It's always
it's like one of those type of things where,
it's accepted as a Christmas song.
Because it has that wintry feel about it. But she's a Canadian, so what else is she going to talk about?
That is not nice.
Don't you going to talk about winter? Hey, come on. It's always cold in Canada.
It's so much fun. We miss Canada. We miss you, Toronto.
We definitely miss Toronto.
Two other songs. I'm going to mention them together because David Archuletta does both of these, but I even love the Beyonce version of Ave Maria. So Ave Maria was one that I didn't realize was a Christmas song, and it's unusual to me.
Right.
And then Pat a Pan. I just discovered that this year. I'd heard it before.
Yeah.
And it's on that David Archuletta album, but it's so cute and sweet, but it's on the Christmas album.
Yeah.
But it's just an unusual type of song. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna add to that one too, the only song other than Real Love that I like by Mary J. Blige, and I don't think this is the name of it, but oh man, I wish I looked this one up before the episode, but it's Petit Prince something. It's little something, but it's all in French.
Okay.
She sings this song entirely in French. I will make sure I look it up and put it in the description below, but it is all in French, and it is Mary J. Blige, and she sings the heck out of this song.
Another album to throw in there is Kim's Christmas album. He's
What
Christmas Means, I think.
I like
it's an
that.
original Christmas song that he has. But he has a really nice Christmas album, too.
Oh, yeah. I was going to put him down in the next one, but that's fine. That's fine. Hey, I love it. And then, again, our daughter was listening to something, and it's kind of growing on me. I think it's Tyler, the Creator, but I'll put it in the list.
Yeah.
It's a newer
Christmas
song, but it's just unusual.
And then I think the Waitresses did this song called Christmas Rapping. So, and I think there's been a big debate about how good this song is, how bad it is, and all the rest of this kind of stuff. So,
okay, I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Throw that song out there too.
Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to this
It's old
one.
from the 80s, so just.
Oh, okay. I wanted to get to. We're gonna skip down to 80s then.
Yeah.
Our daughter is obsessed with the 80s. We've talked about this before. She went through and found original Christmas songs by artists from the 80s.
Yeah.
And so one of them, I guess ABBA is really 70s.
Really 70s,
but there were a few of them on the playlist, and I will make sure I link it below. But I just remember ABBA. I'm like, isn't this ABBA? And she's like, oh yeah. And I wish they made more. The people in the 80s made more original Christmas songs. I went through and so she's got a whole playlist.
hey, another lonely Christmas. Prince,
oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I guess that's 80s. Maybe I should tell her about that one.
Then,
I didn't think about it.
There's the Do They Know It's Christmas?
Oh yeah. Somebody just redid
Yeah.
Somebody just redid that. We heard that yesterday in the salon.
Yeah.
And then of course for our originals, you mentioned Kim.
Yeah.
But Mariah Carey, of course, struck gold. And she is still mining that gold with her Christmas. All I Want for Christmas Is You. And
then, of course, George Michael's. You know,
which one?
That what's the name of that song?
Oh, Wham! And that goes under my daughter's daughter's 80s list.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh shoot, because she likes Ariana Grande's version of it too.
Yeah. We'll put in the link. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart on that.
I don't know, and I normally do better research, but it's the holidays. I'm sorry, we weren't even supposed to be doing this episode. This is a bonus.
Yeah.
And of course, she loves Ariana Grande, so I think Ariana Grande,
she has a Christmas EP.
Well, she has a new one, but the one that has kind of been around for a few years and is referenced. What's that song? Oh shoot! This is terrible. I know this is awful because I didn't do my research well enough. But that song, it's not. Mariah Carey's is All I Want for Christmas Is You. Ariana Grande's is. Oh shoot!
I will get it and put it in there.
Yeah, man. Okay, I just wanted to speak it into existence. Okay, and then of course the funny Christmas songs that and a couple of these we got some Michigan references all up in here. Soof John was Michigan, and then of course I think Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I think was made by a Michiganian, Michigander, whichever one it is.
Yeah.
So that was one that's funny and it keeps recurring. And I don't know if some people know about it, other people don't. But if you like funny Christmas songs, that one's good for you.
Yeah.
And then I've always loved the Hanukkah song.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Hanukkah. Yeah. I just know it's a holiday that the Jewish people celebrate.
Yeah, and it's around the same time as Christmas.
Right. So but I just love that Adam Sandler song. Yeah. So what do you think? What Christmas songs or whose renditions of Christmas songs resonate with you and get you in that holiday?
Jackson 5 Christmas. I don't.
Oh we can't do it without doing Santa Claus is coming.
Yeah, that whole record.
I know it's just so many. That's what my frustration was just after a while it got to be so big that I just overwhelmed. I get burned out
I mean, especially when you talk about original Christmas songs, because this Christmas is one of those type of songs. Like when I was growing up, that was really an R&B thing. So I mean that was a black radio thing.
That's what we used to call it, Black Christmas.
And then there's I've now seen so many different white artists who have covered this song.
I know.
I mean, and so it's really, it's amazing to kind of see the exposure of that song. I mean, it's always been a great song.
Yeah.
I just remember when it first came out. I don't know if my sister and Kim, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong or not. I just thought that somebody in the house played that song to death. And I just remember feeling like if I never hear that song again,
I'm okay.
I'm okay, right? I don't know. I was about probably 8 or 9 or whatever.
And my frustration is with the people that redo it, because if you redo it, to me, I like it when people add something, and I'm not saying another run. Yeah. I'm saying do something to it to make it their own. Yeah. And them trying to out-sing
Donny
Hathaway is not.
Yeah, that's the first thing. It's like you're not going to out-sing
the
Donny
original.
Hathaway.
No.
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it.
So you have to find a different angle.
Find a different way to kind of do it and add something else to it. But, and Donny...
Yeah, right.
He's
that one, right. That was done. Drop the mic on that. Right. Move along. Unless you have something to add. I don't mind people redoing
change it up and, do it a little bit differently. I think Harry Connick Jr. did it too.
Okay.
Yeah, now he added a little something different to it. So
I can probably think that he would add a little Frank Sinatra sound, a little 50s.
Kind of add his own thing to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right, so what songs bring you into that holiday mood, get you feeling all festive and special? Yeah. Please let us know. Drop it in the comments below. I know we missed plenty. So whatever it is that we haven't talked about, make sure you drop it in there, and maybe we'll add it to our Christmas playlist that we're creating for this.
Yeah.
What else?
As usual, we always have Sugar Fit. It's available, available
and the
all your
ornament
streaming.
is on the tree.
Yeah.
Woo-woo.
All your streaming services, you can pick it up. Listen to it. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. You can do it there. Go to Bandcamp. Go to Bandcamp. You can pick up Base Christmas by
Yes, we just had
you can do that type of thing too.
people listening to that, so that's
and
really
picking
cool.
that up.
Yes.
So you can always enjoy that. Other than that, what else we got? 2020, it was a different year.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it was a horrible year. I'm going to say it was a different year.
Yeah.
It's a year that had all kinds of challenges, but we got through it.
Well, yeah, so make sure you check out the next episode after this because we're going to talk about lessons learned.
Okay.
2020. All right. If you dig the vibe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken grease.